Good morning. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the things that I trade. I'm streaming on TikTok and YouTube, so if you're here on TikTok, I still haven't got round to working out TikTok Studio, so I won't be sharing the screen here, but I will be sharing the full screen on YouTube. So if you want to see what we're actually talking about, then just head over to YouTube. It's Doughy Trades. Okay, so I'm gonna be having a look at gold first. Really upset that I missed my gold trade yesterday. It was a sell, and it was a really nice trade. But it was just one of them things that we just missed it. So I'm gonna just do the top-down analysis and literally walk you through everything that I personally do when I first come onto the charts, and I haven't come onto the charts at all today, so this is the first time. But yeah, so anyone on TikTok, if you want to see the full charts, just head over to YouTube now. It's Doughy Trades, and we will go through the analysis. And I want to share something really exciting with you later, so stick around because I might possibly do a giveaway. So if you are a trader and you're looking for a funded account, then I actually might do a few giveaways at the end of this stream. But I kind of want to just get into it because I haven't actually looked at the charts yet. So I'm going to start with gold. Thank you as well for liking the stream. Please don't forget to double tap it. It really helps just boost it out there and just get the right people on. So just a quick one though, everything that I'm sharing with you guys today, this is not financial advice. This is not me saying like I'm right and whatever. It is purely me just sharing with you what I do with the markets, and that is it. So yeah, TikTok guys, come over to YouTube if you want to see the full charts. And just let me know in the comments once you're in YouTube what it is that you trade, and if there's anything in particular you want me to go over or look at, then I'm more than happy to do so. Okay, so like I said, we're going to start on gold. I always start on the daily, and I literally do like that top-down analysis that most people I think probably would do. I'm just gonna basically just start fresh. So I'll leave the daily trend line there. I'm gonna move it out a tiny bit because I like to put my trend lines on the wicks. And I know some people like to just keep drawing more trend lines, but for me personally, I like to just keep moving my trend line out before it, until it's like not valid anymore. Greetings from Phoenix. Oh, wow. Hey. Hope you're good. Thank you for liking the stream. Please don't forget to double tap the stream for me. I would really appreciate that. Ryan Bristol Paranormal. Oh, thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you for the gift as well. So I'm from the UK, guys. Let me know in the comments what it is that you trade. If you trade Forex, if you trade futures. Hey, what kind of model do you use? Are you talking about trading? Because we're literally just about to go through the analysis. Oh, you spent a week in Manchester. That's incredible. That's probably one of my favorite cities in the UK. I'm not even a massive fan of the UK, to be honest, but that is something that I do like. So I always like to start on the daily time frame. I like to make sure that my key zones, my trend lines, they're all lined, they're all marked up. I'm going to start taking away, because I do like my chart to look pretty neat. So we're just going to delete all of this stuff because, there's not really a lot of point keeping it up. Okay, so start with my trend lines. We've got the bullish trend line, but in my eyes, we also have a bearish trend line as well. So there's my bearish trend line. So now we've got this trend line triangle, which I like to call it. And I from my experience, what I notice price seems to do is something a little bit similar to this. Obviously, there's nothing ever definite in trading. It's all about probabilities and whatever. So this is not, I would say, up for gold because it is overall bullish. Shane X, sorry, I can't share my screen on TikTok, but it is on YouTube. So you can see everything that I'm looking at. If I enter a trade, you'll be able to see that. But I haven't worked out how to use TikTok Studio. I'm not techie at all, but my friend, she's been on holiday and she's gonna show me how to get everything set up so I can share my screen on TikTok. But for now, we're sharing my screen on YouTube. So if you want to see the full charts, head over to YouTube. It's Doughy Trades. And we're just currently looking at gold. So just drawn up my trend lines on the daily. Right now, I would say more bearish than bullish. And again, some of you might be new here. So if you guys don't know me, I'm a day trader. I'm not a swing trader. I do want to transition to a swing trader, but I am a day trader. So yeah, I'm looking for what the bias is for the day, not the overall, So gold for me is always bullish technically, but I'm still happy to be looking for sales today. So I'm going to just mark up here. We've got a supply zone, which we came into 3 days ago, and we've been rejecting off it since. Can't wait for you to transition. I don't know what you're on about, Cage. Shadow, thank you so much for the rose. That is very, very sweet of you. And yes, you're on the sell side for gold as well. Amazing. Okay, Real Sammy FX. Hey, I've never watched a trading stream. Oh, okay, this is the first time. First time for everything. I trade gold, but can't seem to read higher time frame. Oh, okay. That's interesting, because I would say most people struggle to read it on the lower time frame, but usually the higher time frame is a lot clearer than the lower time frame. You still trade with Adam? I don't know who Adam is. Who's Adam? Yeah, I'm not too sure who Adam is. I haven't ever traded with Adam, I don't think. Maybe I might have spoken to him at one point. Okay, so right now I've marked up my supply zone. I'm going to mark up a potential demand zone as well. So I'm going to change the color of this. Oh no. So we know that potentially from this area we could be looking for buys. It's a bit of a small range, but it will be fine. I like to just mark these things up. They're not nothing like what I'm doing right now is my signal. All I'm doing is marking key areas of interest. So this is just interesting areas for me to actually start monitoring. I'm not saying that this is a signal for a buy, this is a signal for a sell. That's not what I'm saying. We're going to build up the layers of the strategy, and I'm just going to break that all down for you. Start higher time frame, and yes, that is exactly what we're doing. Miguel, hey, hope you're doing well. Okay, so now we can drop down to the 4 hour and see what's happening on the 4 hour. Like I said, we can see that we have rejected from this area of supply. Yesterday I had this marked up, but I missed my entry. So that would have been a really, really nice sell. It moved a lot of pips, but it's fine. We'll see what it has for us today. So we've got this area marked up. So potentially, we could see price actually coming back into this demand zone. It's a daily demand zone. So I'm also going to do trend lines on the 4 hour as well, and this is the last time frame that I do my trend lines on. I don't do trend lines on the lower time frame. The bronzer is crazy. I'm not, it's a filter on TikTok. J Adam. No, I don't know who that is. I don't know who J Adam is. I think you might have yeah, I think you might have mistaken me for someone else. I don't know who that is. But anyway, let's look at the 4 hour, because we said that we're more sell side at the moment. And looking at the 4 hour, I am still currently more sell side. So we kind of broke that bullish structure here. We broke through. So yeah, we could potentially look for a position to play it back down to the demand zone. So the 1 hour is kind of like the final time frame that I use for decision making, and anything under the 1 hour is purely for entry. So I don't even bother to look at the lower time frame until I am ready to enter. Thank you so much for the rose there again, Shadow. I appreciate that. Head and shoulders on the 4 hour. Yeah, I can see that. We've seen that breakthrough. So, we can potentially leave this key area where it broke through on the 4 hour. We could see it come back to retest this area. And once that happens, so it's a little bit of a zone for me, because this you can see there's a lot of consolidation here. All of these key areas, they're always a zone. It's never, even though I draw a line, it's never really just a line. I'm gonna use this area here because this little zone that I've just created, we've got yesterday Asia lows here, and we also got the mid-range of Asia session from last night as well. So I think this is going to be a good area to monitor, to be potentially looking to take some sales. But to be fair, it has already gone into that zone and completely rejected. So what time was that? That was 7 a.m. So let's look at the candles from 8 a.m. on the 15-minute. 15-minute is always going to give me more confirmation than, the 1 minute and the 5 minute. That is like my last step. So if we look at candles from 8 a.m., we can see here, this is the new structure that is forming. So right now, if you're not going to look at the old data and only look at the new data on this side, we haven't actually really broken any lows right now. So what I would want is price to come and break here, create a bit of a supply on the 15-minute, mark that area up, and then use the 1 or 5 minute for entry. So we've got to be patient. And this is something that I've really I knew it last year, but I know it even more this year, that patience is just everything when it comes to when it comes to trading. I know it seems so basic, but I think this is something that you should be reminded of every day. You should use my phrase, AJ Faith. What do you mean? What's your phrase? So yeah, that's where we're at on gold. So we're just going to wait. This is on the 15-minute time frame, so we can come back and check. I don't think it's going to break in the next 4 minutes. So maybe in the next 15-minute candle, we can come back and see if that has actually broken. Got a feeling going to be manipulation today, as US session before at fall in price. I'm just going to quickly check as well and see if we've got unemployment claims as well this afternoon. So the forecast of that is 213k, and the previous was 199k. So that's interesting. It's not a huge jump. It's actually, yeah, it's quite a big jump, to be honest. But yeah, we'll wait and see. So the next thing that I'm going to look at is silver, and it's probably not going to be that different from gold. So silver and gold are the metals that I like to trade. And again, I'm looking at the daily. I'm probably more bearish than bullish currently right now. I'm just going to mark up my supply areas, my demand areas. Okay, this is quite a big demand zone, so we could see it reject off it. The range is pretty small at the moment. To be honest, I haven't really traded silver in a while because I just haven't really been seeing the setups that I want. We're in a bearish market, I think, in everything. Ed, yeah, like I said, for silver, I'm still pretty bearish, but we are coming into a potential demand zone. Just reading some of the comments. But yeah, let me know in the comments as well what it is that you trade on TikTok. And like I said, if you want to see the full charts, just head over to YouTube now. It's Doey Trades. I've also got my links and everything on my YouTube channel. So we've got a free Telegram group where it's just for any experience, like any type of experienced traders. You know, you could be beginner, more advanced, intermediate. It's just a place for us to network, get to know each other. We do like live sessions on a Sunday for free, and we just speak about fundamentals and that kind of stuff. Just got and anything I should look at. King Kuna, what is it that you trade? I find it easy on time frames from 30-minute as I'm a day trader too. I'm also part of your Discord group. Oh, amazing, Real Sammy. How long have I been trading for, Andrew Smith? I have been, this will be my 9th year. It's coming up to 9 years. Can you believe that? And, I'm always going to be super honest about, oh, that's how I change it. Sorry, guys, I'm just messing. That's how I change it. Perfect. Now you can see the charts a lot better on YouTube. For ages, I was like, I don't know how to get this to change. That's so, I think, guys, on YouTube, does this look better so you can actually see the charts properly? Thank you so much for the follows on TikTok, stocks and shares. Okay, so I don't actually trade stocks and shares. Why are you running a pyramid scheme? I'm not. Yeah, that's a strange one. Sounds like a pyramid scam. What does? Like a pyramid scam is where you what is it? When you have to recruit people and that's the only way you make money. I'm not recruiting. So Max, a pyramid scam is basically a business where the only way the business makes money is you have to recruit other people, but this is forex trading. It's the biggest financial market in the world. How can I make that up? How can I just create that? It's funny. You guys are funny. It looks like I timed it correctly. I just saw you on TikTok. Hey, Chili Pops. Thank you for being here. We're literally just going to start going through silver now. We're waiting. We're going to check back at gold to see if there's a possible entry. Because I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just sharing. I'm not trying to sell crypto. Just a heads up as well on TikTok, there's a lot of people using fake accounts. I don't do anything to do with crypto. I'll never ask for any payment to do with crypto. There's not anything related to me. But yeah, so silver and gold I find moves quite similar. So now we can drop down and see what's happening on the 4-hour. So 4-hour market structure is looking bearish to me. So this is the last kind of area that we broke from. So again, very, very similar to to gold. So I'm just going to mark up potential key areas for us to monitor to see if price comes back to any of these areas to reject off for a potential like short-term a short-term position for ourselves. You are confused, dude. She is legit. Lindsay, thank you. Do you think the US a geopolitical situation has an influence on gold as a safe? Oh my gosh, 100%. Like I think gold, yes, it is very, I do think it's very technical, but it's massively moved on the fundamentals, I think, and emotion as well. Emotion is a huge thing, you know, when things kind of go a bit tits up in the world and everyone's scared. This is where I've noticed gold goes up, and you know gold has been going up for god knows how many years. So yeah, I definitely think, you know, with any kind of big political situation that is going on, gold can definitely be classed as a safe haven. Gold only goes up a small percentage. Before it did, but I feel like in the last kind of 3 to 5 years, it's gone up quite a lot, to be honest. Crypto, yes, it's going up, but I don't actually really look into crypto, so I'm not going to say too much on crypto because I can't say too much. I don't know enough about it. It's an interesting field, though. It's definitely something that I do want to educate myself more on. But yeah, so with silver right now, we are looking at these key zones, but also we are in a daily demand zone. We've swept Asia lows, failed to break out, so we could potentially see a bit of a reversal. So I'm going to really watch what gold does. I'm going to also look at the MACD as well to see what that is saying. Okay, so on the 1 hour, we've still got some selling pressure, I think. 4 hour, okay, yeah, we're still looking quite bearish if we're looking at that indicator. Daily, yeah, you can even see on the daily that we got a bit of a divergence because it is, you know, the market is showing potentially a bearish move, and also the MACD is currently showing that the buying pressure on the daily is really dropping down. So this will be an interesting one. But yeah, so definitely for silver, I'm still bearish currently. But yeah, there's nothing for us to do on silver, so we can't do anything right now. Let's have a quick check on gold again. Okay, we've definitely, I'm gonna have a look on the MACD as well. Mr. Chapman, hello, hope you're good. Thank you so much there for the follows on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. Anyone on TikTok wants to see the full charts, just head over to YouTube now. It is Doughy Trades on YouTube, and we've got the charts up. We're going through everything. What got you into trading, and is this now your full-time job? Okay, so I actually got into trading because I've always wanted to find a way to make money from anywhere in the world. I've always just wanted freedom. This is like, ever since I was young, I've never really fit into the normal system. I didn't do well at school. I could never keep a job. So I've always been on the lookout for things. And I came across it on social media, in all honesty. I saw it on social media. I was sold into it. It was a very different time 9 years ago on social media. There was not a lot of information out there. So I just bought into something and I lost a lot of money, to be honest, because I had no idea what I was doing. And, you know, I'm always very transparent about my journey. The first 5 years of my journey were not good at all. It wasn't good at all. So I was very on and off, couldn't make it work. I was doing signals. I was just losing money left, right, and center. I literally thought it was a scam, but for some reason it kept coming back up, So over the years, I started to learn. There's been different companies that I've learnt with, and then I've had mentors as well. And to be honest, when I actually had a mentor, like a one-on-one mentor, this is when I really started to understand how to actually trade. You know, before that, everything was just social media. So if you want to ever speed up the process, I personally think that is the way that you need to go. And that's from my experience. Like you're either going to pay in time or you're going to pay in money. Like you're going to choose. I got scammed and bought courses. Lindsay, what do you mean by you got scammed? Because the thing is, if something doesn't work for you, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a scam. I think this industry just, it's all very one-sided, you get taught one strategy. It might not be for you. It might have been delivered to you in the wrong way. It doesn't mean necessarily that the industry or they are a scam. It just might not have been the right thing for you. And I don't think a lot of traders and Forex mentors actually speak on this enough. But yeah, so I'm sorry to hear, though, that you obviously didn't have a good experience with that. And just quickly, we're looking for potential sells on gold. But if we look at the MACD, the 1 hour, we can see the selling pressure is actually slowing down. 4 hour, though, it's slowly building back up. Kind of no real direction, no real bit of consolidation really on the daily. So we don't really have enough data from the MACD. So I think, price has slowed right down since we've been on. We're just going to have to wait and see. Roscoe, good morning. Let me know in the comments as well, how many of you are funded traders and how many of you trade live? It'd be good to know. I trade Forex, London session, Euro, USD, and gold. Yes, so we'll be I do trade Euro, USD, so we'll have a little look. Hope and prayer that your prop firm goes through success. Oh, thank you so much, Sammy. I really appreciate that. Hey, Sav. Hope you're good. I honestly, mate, you are absolutely smashing it. Like, insane. We still need to do our live together. Joe, hey. Good to have you here. Thank you so much for the follows. Venice, hey. I think I've seen your account, another female trader. Love it. Mad Movement, good morning. Guys on TikTok, I'm streaming live on YouTube because I haven't yet worked out how to use TikTok Studio. When my friend comes back from a holiday today, I'm gonna work out how to do it. But until then, we are just gonna be streaming on YouTube, so you can see the charts there. Venice, how long have you been trading for, by the way? I love seeing more women coming into the industry. I don't know if it's just my algorithm or something, but I'm seeing a lot more women coming into the trading space, and I love it. Like, this is literally like a glitch in the matrix, people. Like, you're literally doing something where you're clicking. Physically it's easy. I'm not saying trading's easy, but physically it's easy. You're pressing buttons and you can technically make money. Why would you not want to learn a skill like that? And I won't stop shouting that. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. Okay, so right now we can see gold, it's not breaking our 15-minute low right now, so we can just move on to GBP USD. So let's do a top-down analysis of GU. I'm a man, Lindsay. Good morning. I'm a man. I actually, that is a unisex name. I actually didn't think that you were a girl. I was talking about Venice, not you, Lindsay. Marcus, good morning. I am feeling good. Yesterday, I had a losing day, but overall this week I'm in profit and it's a good week. Um, all right, Spud. Good morning, Duncan. Okay, we're going to have a look at GU now. Okay, nice. I think so. I really wish I came out of this trade. I know hopefully Max is still on here. He's someone that I trade with, and I got such a good entry for this sell move, and I came out. But it was, oh, to be fair, it was if anyone was here on Tuesday, I actually entered on the live stream, and I'll show you guys. I literally entered like up here. And we're still pushing down, but I was worried. Was worried that we were going to reject off this trend line and continue back up. So Eric, good morning. So yeah, currently right now, looking at GU, I am currently bearish. We had that rejection. This here was a supply zone. But yeah, I'm proud of that trade. It was a good trade. It was like a 1 to, if it hit my TP, it would have been nearly a 1 to 6, but I took a 1 to 3. That's fine. Keep it lemon. Keep it lemon. What do you mean by that, Eric? Where are you that it's bright? Oh, it's a ring light. It's a ring light. Okay, so let's have a look at the 4 hour. Let's tidy this up a little bit so we can have a look at this properly. So on the 4 hour, we've broken through this trend line, but we've had quite a bit of extension since yesterday. So we could potentially be looking for it to correct a little bit, but you know, like we say, we just have to wait for price to really tell us what it wants to do. We don't try to predict it. We in LA. Okay, that's why you're speaking like that. But wow, LA. I've always wanted to go to LA. Okay, so let's have a look on the 1 hour. Let's have a look on the 1 hour. Okay, so we literally just broke straight through. We broke straight through the Asia lows. So I'm going to mark this. Yeah, I think I'm going to mark this area here. This area here. It was pretty, I mean, we had a very, very small range in Asia last night. So I'm going to mark this up here. I am going to be looking for sells when we come back to this zone. So what we want is price to come back to this zone because we've already missed the initial breakout move. Because sometimes, not all the time, but when price just breaks out of the Asia highs or Asia lows, this is where I will drop down to see what is happening. But this could be, if it doesn't come back up to here as well and it just keeps dropping. So what time was that on the 1 hour? So that candle there was 7 a.m. So if we look at candles only from 8 a.m., if we have a look here, so we can see that it started to create a bit of structure here, a bit of consolidation, and it looks like we are breaking through. So this could be another area as well, potentially, to take a sell from. So again, we're going to have to wait for price to actually come back into this area and respect it before we can then get in. So it's all going to be patience, guys. Okay, just going to go through some of these comments. Great style sense. I mean, what this... I don't feel like I'm wearing good clothes today. How do I see the screen? Love and light. If guys on TikTok, if you want to see the full charts, I am live on YouTube. It's Doughy Trades. We make sure you follow me, guys, because I will start streaming my actual screen on TikTok as well once I figure out how to use TikTok Studio, because at the moment I have no idea how to use it. But yeah, thank you so much for the follows. Please make sure you subscribe as well if you have come over to YouTube. I'm just going to read some of your comments over here. Seems your volume is low, or is it me? Can you guys hear me okay on YouTube? I hope you guys can hear me okay. Okay, Sammy says the volume is fine. Maybe you just need to turn me up a little bit. Real Sammy, I trade both funded and live account, although I'm about to stop funded account. I think your prop firm is my last chance. Have you oh yeah, you've I think I've seen you've actually purchased an account. Let me know why it is that you feel like you want to stop. I'm gonna be so honest, like, you know, both trading isn't easy. Live trading, funded trading, prop firm trading definitely made me a lot more disciplined. But yeah, like I definitely think it's a good way to build capital, but in the long run I will always stick by what I believe, and I really believe live trading is the way forward. But you have to have a bit of money, otherwise you're gonna have to end up gambling and risking more in percentage, which that's not the way that I want to trade. Oh, okay, perfect. You guys can hear all good. Okay, so we're going to wait to see what price does coming back into this area. I'm going to actually set an alert so that we don't miss it. So we've got an alert on there. Just having a look on the 1 hour. You know, we've broken through. You know, ideally, like, we'd want it to come back up to here. But we'll see how it reacts when it comes in. 4 hour, a lot of extension happening. But you know, price can do whatever it wants. Like I definitely think that I have become a much better trader when I don't get so fixated on my opinion. You know, when you get fixated on your opinion, then you sometimes just miss the opportunities that are right in front of you. Did the sun come out, or did you just smile? Oh God. You made me smile though. I'm gonna give you that. You made me smile, you made me laugh. Okay, NQ is something that I actually really like to trade, but I every time I come to it, I'm like, you know what, it's actually really, really clean, but I always miss my setups on NQ because I kind of forget about it, in all honesty. Okay, so let's just get rid of all of this, and then we can start doing a top-down analysis on NQ. I think we're going to have time to go through Euro USD as well. Okay, so the last, I would consider this maybe a demand zone. Yeah, it has already been tapped into though, so I don't if a zone has already been tapped into, unless we are like ranging, I don't always see it as like a strong demand zone, if that makes sense. Lindsay, what's NQ? So that's NAS 100. So if you trade Forex, it will be NAS 100 or US 100. The Nasdaq is like, well, I'm sure you know what the Nasdaq is. Let's mark up our supply zone. I would probably say this is the supply zone that I would say is still valid. Yeah, so And we're really, this is the daily time frame. So yesterday, pretty much doji, we didn't, but we're really playing on it. So it'll be interesting to see. Also, we kind of pushed down, but without a top wick, we could flip back up. But again, I don't really actually pay too much attention to candles anymore. Like I used to really, really pay a lot of attention to candles, and I still put it into. I think all of the knowledge you have, it just kind of blends in. But yeah, I don't make any decisions based on candles really. But yeah, this demand zone, supply zone here, I feel like it's just been tapped into. So I'm not going to these are my daily ranges. So let's have a look on. I would say I'm quite bullish on NQ on the daily. And now on the day on the 4 hour, if we create a trend line. It was a very steep trend line, and I feel like when we have very steep trend lines, you're going to see a lot of fake outs happening. So, I'm still. This is the last low, and again, it's a bit of a zone, so I'm just going to mark that up like this. We haven't fully broken it yet, so. Mad Dog, good morning. Hope you're good. I have a question. How does the market move? Just elaborate on that question. Are you just asking like why the market is moving in general? Like who moves the market? Or like why people buy, why people sell? It's quite a broad question, Mr. Trader. Okay, I'm going to test you. Generally, how does the market move? Like I said, just elaborate on what you're trying to get me to answer. Like, are you trying to get me to say it's the bank that moves it? It's fundamentals that move it? People buying and selling. That's the initial, okay, example, how many pushes? I don't trade. So I actually started to look into some of that technical because I actually have a friend who had been a trader his whole life, and he was looking at things like the Elliott wave and all of this kind of stuff, and that's just not something that I trade. Price action only, I'm talking about. So again, Mr. Trader, like the thing is, this whole industry, I just feel. Wait, 2 seconds, because we're crossing over into my zone. Give me a second, but I wanted to actually say something on this. You sitting there going, I'm going to test you. Like, it just shows how big the ego is, because there's so much about trading that I don't know. There's so much about trading that you don't know. Do you own a hedge fund? Do you manage millions and billions of pounds? Probably not. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here commenting on my TikTok questioning me. I find this industry just really, really funny like that. And I just think, like, just focus on getting better at trading yourself. Don't focus on testing other people, what they know. I'm not here saying I'm right, you're wrong. I'm sharing with you what it is that I trade, what works for me, and that's that. Like I've tried so hard to drop my ego, because the ego was something that was really affecting me, to be honest, in my own trading. I'm an institutional trader. I like to expose frauds. That's all. So yeah, like, I don't know why that is hidden, but like I said, one of my family friends owned a hedge fund. We someone that I work with in our business is an institutional trader. Please relax. Oh, Lindsay, don't worry. I'm completely relaxed. Like, if you get to know me, I always respond to these things. Like, it doesn't bother me. It's just I like to say how I feel about this industry, just like how Mr. Trader likes to go around on TikTok questioning people, I also like to say my part. Like, I just think I'm never ever gonna, I do get it. Like, you know, some people really, really, uh, sorry guys, really, oh, lost my train of thought now because I'm like trying to look at the charts and trying to have a conversation at the same time. But we've come into this zone on GU, which is what I was looking at. And now we can, you know, be on the 1 minute and really see how this reacts to this area here. So this will be an interesting one. Because if we get a real reaction, I potentially will enter a sell position for GU. This is the 1 minute. Market moves by participants and liquidity, I would say. Great question. Yeah, no, I'm not hating on the question at all. Great question. This is why I answer, you know, this is what I was saying to Lindsay. You don't need to be sorry, but I actually quite like it when people are question. But I also like to say, like, you know, there's so many people in this industry that just think I'm right, you're wrong, I know everything, you don't know. Like, I could question you on things that you don't know, you can question me on things that I don't know. You know, I asked that my family friend once, like, do you think that you can be profitable purely just being on technical? And he said, yeah. You know, and that's an opinion. You know, everyone's just, it's all about just making your own money, and that's that. Price is definitely moving a bit slow now. Let's just have a look at the MACD on the higher time frame to see if this is supporting our decision. Okay, 4 hour, it looks like we still got quite a lot of selling power. It's switched over from bullish to bearish on the daily. Not a lot going on the 1 hour, but yeah. It's based on price action, that's all. Perfect explanation. There's a million ways to success. You need Lindsay, thank you for also, because I understand as well, like, you know, TikTok is a bit of a tough place. A lot of the time I am getting trolled. But this is just the way that I speak. I'm quite passionate when I speak about things that I care about. But yeah. No, I get it. I get it, Mr. Trader, and I wasn't hating, you know, I was literally saying, like, you know, it's one of them things that I get questioned, but I'm also saying, like, just because I might not know, because people have asked me like loads of random things and it's just not something that I trade. So it's like, I'm not going to answer that. So it doesn't mean that I'm a fraud because, you know, but yeah, it's just one question, that's all. And no worries. Okay, let's go back to NQ, guys. Let's not get distracted here. So daily, I'm definitely a little bit more, I would say, bullish, potentially. I don't know, because we're really struggling to kind of break above here. And let's have a look at the 4 hour. And we also potentially could be breaking this low. Buying power on the 4 hour is looking like we are actually moving down. So buying power getting slower. 1 hour, it's kind of, at the moment, is really saying complete opposite things. Daily is just consolidating again. So I think, you know, when price is like this, the best thing to do is literally just not trade. You know, we don't need to force trades. Oh guys, it's all good, it's all love here, you know, like, it doesn't matter. These conversations are good. I like having these conversations. Okay, so have a great day, Mr. Trader. You said you're an institutional trader, so I'm assuming you are going into wherever it is that you work to trade. So have an incredible day. Okay, so for the 1 hour, again, right now, NQ for me is just nothing. You know, this is again is a skill in trading to be able to actually just turn around and say, there's nothing here. 15-minute, we've been waiting for gold to do something, still nothing. GU, it's not really, we can see here we're definitely not rejecting currently right now. But like we said, this area I would prefer to take a sell from. So we'll just wait and see what happens there on GU. Thank you so much, Sammy. I also believe live trading is the way for me. I'm highly disciplined and I'm a big person on systems rather than routines. I'm not against funded accounts, but my patience, I prefer live accounts. And the thing is, Sammy, if you have the money to do so, like, live accounts is definitely, the way forward. Hello. Oh, Starboy. Hey. And reason why is because I believe every trader trades according to their system. Yes, 100%. Nobody see me here. Peace out. Your alarm made me think so. Sorry, Sammy. It's really intense alarm, isn't it? It's because if I set an alarm and I need to wake up in the night, I need something that is going to get me out of bed. And yeah, everyone's panicking when you hear that sound. Okay, so last thing that we want to look at is EU. So as well, if we've got any new people here, if you want to join the free Telegram, the link is in my YouTube channel. And honestly, guys, it is completely free. We just got free resources. It's a place where we can just network as traders. I didn't really like Discord for some reason. I got Discord for Array Capital for just like support and stuff, but for more of talking about trades and education and the fundamentals and that kind of stuff, we've moved over to Telegram. So make sure you guys join that. The link is in YouTube. But okay, so Euro USD, let's go out to the daily time frame. Thank you so much as well for the follows on TikTok. If you're new here on TikTok and you are wondering why I'm not sharing my screen, it's because I don't know how to using TikTok Studio. So if you want to see the full charts, come over to, I feel like I'm doing an adult, not an adult, a advert right now. Come over to YouTube. It's Doey Trades. Do you do signals? I don't do signals, but we have a free Telegram for traders where we help you and we network. So it's not actually in my TikTok link. I need to change that. But if you drop me a message, I can send you the link. Please, what strategy do you use? Just added display capture. Yeah, so D24, I don't actually know how to use TikTok Studio yet, but I'm gonna get that all sorted this week, and then I'll be able to stream my charts on TikTok, and I'll be able to put all my links and stuff. But yeah, so just looking at EU, so this is Euro USD. We're just looking at it on, we'll zoom right out because I think people forget to do this. They forget to zoom right out and look at the bigger picture. So you can see here, we've got quite a lot of trend lines, but we've got a really big one that is respected for ages. So when I don't even know if it's going to let me zoom. It's not even going to let me show you. So this trend line started all the way up here. And if you're new here, I don't create more trend lines. I keep the original trend line and I keep moving it out until the trend line just isn't valid anymore. So this trend line actually started in 2008. So this is a daily trend line moving down. And it hasn't actually, it had touched it quite a few times, but I've moved it out. So it's one that we are respecting, but I'm not a swing trader, I'm a day trader, but we're also could be potentially moving up as well. So we've got this trend line here, which started back in 2022, and then this steeper one that was last year February. So these are like really, really big trend lines, and we're literally like exhausting them now. Like we're right at the very end of them, so we're either gonna break up or break down. Right now, looking at the daily, I would say I'm more bearish than bullish. So we had an area where we kind of broke structure here, but again, you can see here we had a big push down, but it's slowing right down. So let's look at the MACD. Okay, we still got quite a bit of pressure on the sell side. Sell side on the daily, on the MACD. So yeah, like I said, I think I'm currently bearish, just looking at it here. Let's have a little look now on the 4 hour. 4 hour, we can see here we got a bit of a trend line happening on the 4 hour. So like I said, I like to create trend lines on the 4 hour as well. I use the top of the wicks for mine. Yeah, and we're just playing on this trend line here, so be interesting to see if we break it. It does look like we kind of have broken it, but there is a bit of consolidation happening now. The extensions are slowing down. Let's have a look at the MACD again. Yeah, you can see here the MACD is pretty much saying consolidation, like consolidating. But yeah, still overall, I'm still pretty bearish. Let's just mark up any supply and demand zones as well. So my supply zone is literally going to be all the way up here. My next demand zone is probably going to be here. Okay, so Pixie, hey, I hope you've had the most amazing holiday. Which pairs do you trade? Gold, silver, GBP USD, NQ, and Euro USD. Literally just walked through the door. Oh, you got home safe. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for the follows there. I've not been looking at any of the comments. I am just focusing on actually just having a little look at Euro USD right now. Red Jack, hey, hope you're good. Yes, so right now we're coming up to a daily demand zone. Maybe this is why, it looks, I don't know, the volume just looks very, very low. 4 hour. Okay, so we had a really big push up on the 4 hour, really big 4 hour candle there. So now we're in this whole zone that created that big push up. So we could, it's a really big zone as well. We're literally about 50% in. And when I create a really big zone, like I wouldn't want to take trades from the top of it. I would want to take them from like the 50%. My losing trade yesterday was attempting to go for a buy. So I'm not going to be rushing anything. When you're feeling uncertain, the best thing for me, I always say, is literally just don't trade. If you don't know, if it's not looking certain, then the best thing to do is not to trade. So we got a potential area here where we are, you can see there's not a lot of movement happening. We're struggling to go below. So it'll be interesting. We've broken out of Asia lows, but we had a very, very small range, really. Small range, and then straight away just completely rejected back up again. So again, Euro USD, there's nothing solid for me right now. And whenever I have those trades that just that just hit. You know those trades that just hit. When you entered that trade, you felt good about it. You know, you felt confident about it. If you don't feel confident, if it's, you know, showing you could be buys, could be sells, biggest lesson that I learned was being able to not trade is just as much of a skill as being able to trade. So yeah, Euro USD, nothing for me here. You know, if we look at what our bias was for GU, we were looking for that breaker structure. It's not happening, and this is why we have to be patient, guys. This is why we wait. This is the better sell area for me now. So yeah, let's have a look at gold. Gold literally has just been playing around, so not a lot going on gold. You know, we want it to actually create bearish structure, and then we can find potentially a area for us to monitor on the 1 minute or the 5 minute to then enter from. But until then, guys, you know, that's it for me. We've done the whole analysis for everything that I trade. I hope that this has helped. SP King, hey, sorry I didn't see you there. But yeah, my new trading times for YouTube and TikTok now are Tuesdays and Thursdays. Guys, I actually just wanted to, because I know some of you here are funded traders. We have literally just opened a prop firm account, prop firm, and I wanted to answer a couple questions because I'm having a lot of people, you know, really skeptical about trusting something that's new, and I get it. I really do get it. All I can say is that we have financial backing. So no matter what my revenue is, we have financial backing for the payouts. So you can join my community, you can talk to me directly. You've got that full, you know, hands-on support. Like I'm a real person. You can see I'm a real person. You know, you're not going to be talking to any bots or any other people. You're going to be talking to me, and I'm doing that so that you guys can feel comfortable actually, you know, if you're looking for a challenge, being comfortable purchasing from us. So we've actually launched something as well to help traders even more feel less pressure when buying a funded account. So instead of paying hundreds up front, like say if you want to get a 100K account, all you have to pay is $10 to activate the account, and then you will not have to pay until you actually pass. So a lot of people get really nervous about purchasing funded accounts because they're like, what happens if I fail and I lose that money? Obviously, the whole point in it is to become consistent and disciplined, but we want to take that risk away from you. So you don't have that fear that, you know, if you don't pass the account, you don't owe any money, you don't do any of that, you know, like it's literally only if you pass the account and become a funded trader, that is the only time that you will be then required to pay for the account. Everyone's got different opinions. Man's on TikTok, you know, there are bad funded companies out there, and someone said to me, like, you know, all of these new companies just go bust. I've done a lot of research as to why these companies go bust. When people open up their prop firm, instead of actually leaving the money there, what they do is they just pay themselves all the money. They pay themselves all the money, and then they don't have the money to pay out their traders. So Jay, yes, I have opened a prop firm account. We have financial backing with a company called Prop Suite. They're one of the biggest prop firm providers in the industry. So the funding is coming from there. Wins in the chat. But yes, so guys, like I said, all you need to do is a $10 payment for any account size. $10 payment, and then you only pay if you pass. Pixie's in the comments there on YouTube. You can use Pixie as a code for money off, and we also have another discount code which is launch20. So you can use both discount codes for money off. Is the guy you was talking to me about before who got the FCA regulation stuff? Is it what? I don't. Oh, right. Okay. So that's completely different, Jay. Um, my business partners, my financial backing for this prop firm, they're a company. So whatever it is that I make from the business, it doesn't matter because you guys will always get paid out. And I want to be transparent with you guys. I wanted to come on here and obviously give you guys a little bit more information. I want to see you guys get payouts. So let's go. Let's get some payouts so we can share it and celebrate together. And once we start getting going, I'm going to start doing some giveaways. We're going to start doing some giveaways, and then we can get more of you funded. Brilliant. And yeah, so Pixie said Match Trader is the platform that we use. Honestly, guys, it's so good because you can always see exactly how much you're making and how much you're losing. So guys on YouTube, I've got and TikTok, to be fair, we've got the link in the bio for the prop firm accounts. $10. Is not a promise to pay. If you fail, you don't pay anything. $10 to potentially get funded, and that is the only time that you pay for the account. And like I said, we've got the Discord. You can talk to me directly. I'm here to support you. So it's a flat fee of $10, yes, to start. But if you get funded, that is the only time that you will have to pay for the account. So usually you have to pay for the account. Yep, any size account, but you still have to pay if you get funded. But most companies will ask you for the money up front, so you could pay $200, $500, whatever it is, and then fail. Whereas with this, you pay $10. If you fail, you've lost $10. You know, I wanted to take that pressure off you guys. I see. So what's there's lots of different accounts. I don't remember off the top of my head because we got 1 step, we got 2 step. Just all my links are in the bio. So just go to the links, have a look at the website. You'll be able to see the amounts of everything that will be required. Jay, click the link. I tried to. Is the link not working? Is the link not working? If it's not, drop me a message afterwards. I will send you a link, but it should be working. But yeah, I thought I'd just explain to you guys a little bit on that, and I'll be sharing more on that as we go along because we've got some really exciting things happening this year. So I want to see you guys win. We want to create an ecosystem that is here to help traders make money. But I'm going to love and leave you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. And I will be back next Tuesday.